Thank you so much for meeting with me. I'm so excited to talk about the International Choral Composers Institute with you today. And I'm even more excited to introduce everyone to your awesomeness. So I want to start off by saying, like, you and I go back a little more than just a year. And it's because I'm going to let you tell everybody how we met.
So yeah, it's been a wonderful year since meeting you. Longer than that, actually. So we met in Opera Lucca, a summer festival that takes place in Lucca, Italy. Not this past summer, but the summer before, right? Yeah. Wow, time is flying. We've been having a lot of fun, and we've been working regularly since then. And so I have the pleasure of seeing you often, and so it's easy to forget how long it's been. Yeah, it's this wonderful festival where you got to develop a new song in Italian that then got turned into a choral work that's very successful. And then this other song cycle, which also turned into a choral work.
Wait, you're not supposed to brag on me. I'm supposed to brag
I'm not
on
supposed
you.
to brag on you. Okay, all right, that's it. I thought one hand brags the other or whatever.
You're so sweet. No, that's what you do though. And that's one of the reasons I think you're such a masterful teacher, is that you're all about putting the students' needs first, putting the students' accolades first. Like, even though I want to brag on you right now, you're like, oh no, but you did this and you did that. One of the reasons you were so inspirational for me as an instructor is because you're all about heart and lifting others up. And I dig that about you. No, but at Opera Lucca, what's your function there? Because I know you have many roles in Opera Lucca. So just to let people know a little more about you.
Sure, yeah. So I have a bunch of different hats that I like to wear there at the festival. So I'm the associate music director of the festival and the artistic director of the composition program. And so there's pretty much two festivals in one. One of them is for young singers, opera singers who come to study full immersion Italian. We work in bel canto, in the Italian style of singing, pronunciation, expression, in repertoire ranging from Baroque opera to Puccini. I get to conduct, I get to coach singers. This summer, we're going to be doing Nozze di Figaro, which I'm very excited about. I'll be conducting that. And then at the same time, there's the Composers Festival, the Composers Institute, where composers come from all over the world and we develop new song cycles together where composers are paired up with singers and you guys get to create new works, try them out, develop them, get feedback from the singers, and then we have a great concert on the last day of the festival.
You premiered a big work, didn't you?
I did.
So not only are you doing all that, but you're composing specifically for Opera Lucca as well.
Yeah,
so
there's usually a big premiere of a work of mine that I'm writing until the last second
like,
while teaching, while conducting. And so,
and this is why when we were at Opera
Action-packed.
Lucca, you barely had time for lunch. I remember.
And that's a sad thing in Italy when the lunch break is cut shorter, because that should be like the full 2 hours and an hour nap after. But I love the teaching. I love working with all the artists. And so for me, I get my nutritional value from that.
I love it. And like, I want everyone to know too, that it's not just that you teach in Italy, but that you are Italian American and you are fluent in not only Italian, but also
German. And I do pretty well in French as well. I live in Austria, so between being an Italian citizen living over here, I live my day-to-day life in 4 languages. And so it's exciting and never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
A lot of
No,
ahs.
we're super excited to fly you over. Have you ever been to North Carolina?
I have been once. I did a concert with Branford Marsalis there in 2015 in Charlotte, but I spent more time in the concert hall than on the streets of the town. So I saw the hotel room and a performing arts venue, but that was it.
Man, that means we got to hook you up with like fried chicken and waffles. And
that is it. I want as much Southern food as I can
barbecue.
get. I want barbecue, sweet tea. I want the whole 9 yards.
I love it. We're going to hook you up for sure. But I know folks are more interested in hearing about, well, of course they want the food too when they come, but they're also interested in what is your background? Because I know you went to school when you were but a wee child. You went over to Europe to study. So tell us how all that happened.
I started playing when I was about 7 years old. I started composing when I was 8. And from that moment on, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to create music. When I was 16, I moved to Italy to study at the conservatory. So I got a job teaching English, studied composition with students of Berio in Torino. Came back, I did my degrees at the Mannes College of Music. And so when I was 21, I had my master's degree and was out teaching, composing, freelancing as a pianist, as a harpsichordist, as a conductor, as a composer. Yeah. I went to Paris to study with students of Nadia Boulanger, the École Normale. Came back to New York. Then I went to Vienna Conservatory, studied there, came back to New York, and then I moved back to Europe full time in 2017. Yeah,
That's
so I've
quite
kind
the
of studied
resume.
all over the place, and what I find very advantageous about that is being able to, besides eating the food of all these different places, I mean, really good,
Yeah.
is to kind of take the culture, take the language, and take the musical traditions and legacies of these places. So to count Nadia Boulanger or to count Janacek, to count like my lineage going back to these
Yeah.
people, it's all become a part of my musical fabric and consciousness that I try to share with my students.
I love that. And just so everybody knows, I've been the beneficiary of that. I was so inspired by your instruction in Italy that I'm like, would you keep working with me? So you are actually my teacher, and I'm super proud to be able to say that. I feel like I hit the jackpot, like the teacher lottery, that you're
Hmm.
willing to work with me on a regular basis. I want to talk about what an amazing teacher you are, but I kind of want to know how you feel your students would describe you. Like, what is it that makes you the teacher that you are, other than the fact that you know a lot of stuff?
I don't want to put the words in their mouths, but I think one thing that stands out is my patience and readiness to meet students where they are. Whether somebody is writing their 10th symphony or their first, song on paper, I like to meet the students where they are and help them discover their inner voice, make them aware of the craft, the technique of composition, because we think so often that, oh, it's divine inspiration that comes. Sure, there's definitely a good dosage of that, but the great composers, the people that whose music has passed the test of time, they have technique, they have craft, they're equipped with a set of tools and skills to keep generating music and creating. And so what I love to do is kind of meet every student where they are, harness their individual potential at their pace, broaden their perspectives by introducing them to repertoire that I think exemplifies important skills and techniques, and then get the student on the road to creating the best music that they can.
I love that. Oh, the sun. Look, the sun just went behind the
And the sun
clouds.
just
That was like very intense.
very dramatic moment there.
It was a very dramatic moment.
Nature approves.
No, but I can testify to that. What you just said is true, because when I first applied to go to Opera Luca to meet with you and work with you, I had no idea what it would be like, because I'd never worked with somebody that intensively over 2 weeks before. I'd done composer institutes, but it was a shorter amount of time and not 2 hours a day like I got to have with you. And so I was kind of intimidated and like, oh God, am I up for this challenge? And also I wanted to retain what made me me, because it had worked so far in certain ways, but I wanted to feel more elevated and gain my knowledge and all of the good things that I was hoping would come with that. And what I really loved about working with you, other than you're hilarious and warm and patient and all the things you said, is that you allowed me to still be myself and not to lose my own voice. So in other words, you just showed me how to enhance what I already had and gave me, counterpoint and all these foundational things that I really knew that I needed to work on. So I'm super grateful for that. And you already know that I'm super grateful, but I'm just really excited for the students who will get to work with you, as you call ICCI, but we dub it ICCI because Raphael is Italian. What are you most excited about, for other than the food? We know
I
you
was just
want
going to
something.
say, I mean, other than the food, I'm excited to join a community of people that have the same interests and the same type of aspirations. Like we all want to write good vocal music. Yeah, okay, get our stuff out there, but we want to express ourselves and share that expression with other composers, other performers, and build a community, because we're all going through the same types of issues and we all have the same, I mean, it's the same passions, yeah? And to be able to exchange, to share our experiences with other people, to learn from each other. And one of my favorite things about teaching is I feel like I learn as much as I teach. And so by seeing the student get more out of themselves, I become better equipped to get more out of myself. And so just to be in this community, this international community, because it's getting really big and people from all over
It
the world
is.
want to join us here, just to be part of that community and contribute whatever I can, for me will be a huge thrill.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're thrilled to have you, Raphael. Like, and I should say now you're Dr. Fusco. Congratulations on that.
Thank you
That's a
very
very
much.
recent occurrence.
Yeah.
We're super excited to have you, Dr. Fusco. I will tell you, you've already got people requesting you as their teacher. We are getting applicants daily. I got another one last night. So
Okay.
I can't wait to see you in
Keep it
person
coming.
again. I know, right? I can't wait to see you in person and introduce you to all of your new amazing students from all over the world. But thank you again for your time today. And we'll see you in Charlotte next summer.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. See you guys then.
Thank you, Raphael. Bye.
Thanks. All right. Bye.